And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch up and away. We're underway. Brian Blakeney is the home plate umpire. Edwin Jimenez at first. Jim Wolf at second. The crew chief, Alan Porter, is over at third. 2-0. Tigers had 5 hits yesterday, all of them singles. So neither offense really broke out. That one's driven to right field and deep. Turning and looking is Soto. See ya. A home run for Green. It's 1-0 Tigers.
Well, it took a long time last night, Michael, to put together runs. Well, took one swing of the bat from the leadoff hitter today. I mean, Riley Green has really shown what kind of start he is off to. He is a good, solid player. Has put together good at-bats.
And that's what happened in Baltimore. First batter he faced in the first inning, Gunnar Henderson hit a home run.
Got to finish the good part of that story. That was all he gave up.
That's all he gave up. That celebration after my own heart.
The pizza?
The pizza there, yeah.
It wasn't margarita. You're not a big margarita pizza fan.
No, you are. I wonder if it's tied because the Illich family owns a Little Caesar.
Has to be, right? Pizza.
Yeah. There's a strike. So 1-0 Tigers before you set down. Right field. Soto got a good jump for the first up.
That low spinner, that cutter trying to get in under his hand, but it's really flat. And again, a cutter out over the middle of the plate ends up in the seats. How deep he lets the ball get. We watched this last night, and behind the baseball, very impressive as a hitter. He's gone through a lot of injuries in the past couple of years, but so far this year, off to a great start.
Riley Green's WAR is 2.3. That's #1 in the American League. Because he's done a good job in left field as well.
A great defensive player too. Yeah, Varsho the best, but right behind him, saving runs, Riley Green.
Two and one. Two. Swing and a miss. Perez down on strikes. Time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, big win last night. What else can you say? I mean, that's a way to start the homestand. Back in the music, Michael, stuck in the middle. What do you got?
That's Steelers wheel.
You're ridiculous. You're cheating. Judge and Stanton Rizzo, all a huge part of that 9th inning, and that's what you need in the middle of your lineup. And another winning series with today. They win today. They're back on the winning track. Their series record so far, 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw.
You still having to name that tune party?
Once in a while. I might have to invite you. You got 1 more to come today. We'll see.
All right.
You're on your game today, though. Got a good night rest.
Oh, just got his knee.
Yes, tipped the uniform right there.
Here's Matt Vierling. Pinch hit in last night's game. Oh, 0-1. 1-1. You know, you should be doing this game today with Ryan Ruocco.
And why is that?
May the 4th be with you. He's a big Star Wars fan.
Ah,
He's seen every second of every movie.
The big bobblehead today, huh?
Yeah. And I've never seen a second of a Star Wars movie.
You know what they tell me, the characters, it doesn't even ring a bell with me.
Ruocco's seen them all. Every one. And he can analyze it and break it down. 2-2 on Vierling. See, they don't even have the player's face up there. That's a stormtrooper. I'm told they're the bad guys.
That's one of the bad guys?
Yeah.
Dressed in white?
You know, they're making you think. 2-2. 3-2. Well, you know who Princess Leia is, right?
I've heard the name. I couldn't pick her out of a lineup, to tell you the
Carrie
truth.
Fisher.
Right.
She had the buns on the side of her head.
Okay, now you're bringing it. You're bringing it home.
Strike
Nice.
3. Vierling down looking. Tigers get a run on the green.
Tigers are 5-0 in his starts this year. Michael, your last chance. 1 is the loneliest number.
1 is the loneliest number. I don't know. I'm missing it.
3-dog night. Old school. He's only given up 1 home run this year in 26 and a third innings, and usually 5. Doesn't go deep into the games. Mostly 5 and a fly guy. Had Tommy John surgery in 22. Probably trying to protect him a little bit.
Missed almost 2 entire seasons because of TJ surgery. So this April, his first major league action since April 14th of 2022. Grounded foul. And while he was recovering from Tommy John surgery, he said, you know what, let's get this back problem corrected. So he had back surgery too. Slow roller going to be a tough play. And McKinstry gets Volpe.
Well, you're right, Michael. Everything had to be perfect on this play. The transition, the throw, and they just got him by a step. If there's any bobble whatsoever, Anthony Volpe's speed, you're going to be safe, but good solid play.
Here's Juan Soto, had his 10-game hitting streak snap last night. And he takes outside 1-0. One and two. Judge on deck. 1-0 Tigers on the Riley Green home run. Must be weird. Like you see the people with the phones. Every time Judge is anywhere, everybody's phone, they're recording every single second of your life. Oh, what a play by Mize. 2 down. Here's Judge. He started that 9th inning rally. Driven out to right field. Foul. Home plate umpire, we told you, is Ryan Blakeney, and he is considered neutral. Fewer inside strikes, more low strikes. He's in his 10th major league season. Base hit, right field. Carpenter cuts it off, and Judge picks up a 2-out single.
Well, back-to-back hits there, Michael. Last night started off the 9th inning with that single, and then another one right here. I think that it is such a fine line of his hips opening up a little bit too quick. Right there, just perfect. Behind the baseball, shoots it to left field. And you got to realize, if Aaron Judge makes enough contact, a lot of home runs are going to follow.
Now, the hit that he had in the 9th inning was off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's the hardest fastball that he had a hit against all year.
Boy, it was so much fun, Michael. Looking back at Verdugo's hit, and we should on the highlight the bunt. But, I mean, he had taken that bat, faked the bunt, took a swing for the fences, and then went back and laid down a perfect bunt.
Well, that hit's there for him again. Third baseman way off the line. 1-2.
Yeah, this is after he swung and fouled one off, and he went right back to the bunt. I mean, you can just put this one in your pocket. No chance of getting him at first base, and that's in a huge situation.
Two and two on Verdugo. Hitting .333 in his last 21 games, 24 for 72. During that time, a .432 on base percentage. Now he's changed chains. Yesterday, a much longer chain that was out of his uniform. This is a much shorter chain. Looks heavy though.
2 chains. It's a wrapper, isn't it?
Oh, very good. Remember, that's with a Z, not an S.
Okay.
Yeah. Dribbled slowly, left side, just as good as a bunt.
Got to end up in the same spot, but again, I mean, you need some breaks along the way. Verdugo very good at just putting the ball in play. A tough out. Now you got an opportunity. The Big G coming to the plate. Runners in scoring position.
And Michael, no rhyme or reason really as to what chain he goes with. He said when he wakes up, he decides what he's feeling, and based on feel, that's what he goes with. So far, so good with that one.
Now Stanton's hit was off a 97.5-mile-an-hour fastball. That's the hardest pitch that he hit for a base hit this year.
You know, the end of that story came in what, like 97 something. It went out like 115 points. I mean, it was smoke.
Yep. Two and two. One thing about Stanton, he's done well this year with runners in scoring position. 7 for 23 on base percentage of .407. He's in that spot right now, first and second, 2 outs. Yankees trail 1-0, bottom of the first inning. Mize deals. Well, that gives the runners a break. They'll start on 3-2, 2 outs. Anthony Rizzo on deck. Driven to right field. Carpenter, it's over his head and up against the wall. Judge scores. They're going to hold Verdugo at third. Stanton hit it so hard he stays at first. He picks up a ribby. Game tied at 1.
You know, Michael, again, I think with 2 strikes, he kind of opens the door to the whole field, and all of a sudden, he hits a ball so hard. Most hitters right here, this ball is run down. He hits the ball so hard that it beats the outfielder to the wall. Just another rocket that he hit, just like the one last night.
Well, the first three that got it done last night get it done here in the first. Now here's Anthony Rizzo, who ended the game with a walk-off single. Hit deep to right field. Didn't get it. Didn't get it as Carpenter comes in to make the play. Ask you a question. I want you to be honest.
No.
Did you ever misjudge a ball?
Oh, many times.
Well, you just heard me do it, so let the social media applause begin.
It was a tricky one. Off the end of the bat. You know, you got a good read on it. You just didn't see he didn't barrel it up.
Oh, a good teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I messed it up.
You know, I charge balls that went off the wall at times. It just it happens.
But there wasn't Twitter back then.
I didn't need Twitter. They had ESPN. Look at O'Neill. Wow, where's he going?
Keith with a fly ball, left field. Toward the line is Verdugo. Makes the play. Hey, it's game time weather time, presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 61 degrees, a slight chance of rain, very slight. Humidity 51%. The wind is blowing from right field to left field. Here's Spencer Torkelson. Oh, 1.
We were talking about Torkelson yesterday. 31 home runs last year, 94 RBIs, yet to hit his first home run this year.
132 plate appearances. It's got to be weighing.
Oh, just eats that. You can't get away from it because when you're at the plate, you think about it. You go home, it enters your mind. You go to bed, it enters your mind. It's tomorrow the day, and it's just you can't get rid of it until you see one fly over the wall.
1-2. An odd reaction to that pitch from Schmidt. He took a quarter walk around the mound on the backside. Now finally gets back atop the rubber. Two and two. Swing and a miss. Torkelson down on strikes.
Well, this is what Clark Schmidt has been able to do ever since he picked up a baseball, and that's spin it away from righties. And just sharp break right at the end. You're already committed as a hitter. Great pitch.
Grounded foul. And the count 1-1. Two and one on McKinstry. And Schmidt deals. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the second. It's a 1-1 game. Second game of this 3-game set.
McKinstry in the shortstop position today. We talked about the struggles of Baez, who they've got $140-some million wrapped up in a long-term contract. Just has not been able to swing the bat.
Grounded to first. The flip to Schmidt. And Schmidt works a 1-2-3. And a strike. Oh, and 2 as that one's fouled back. Yankees won yesterday 2-1. And it was their 9th win this year by 1 run, which is the most in the majors. Tigers are second with 7 one-run wins. Last year, the Yankees, for the season, had 17 one-run wins, and so they've already got 9 in the books.
I always thought that one-run games, close games, kind of make or break your season, Mike. Everybody's going to have your blowouts both ways, but the close games. If you're very good at winning the close games, especially late in the game, it usually marks for a good year.
Wondering what that conversation could be about. Strike 3, Torres down looking.
Yeah, I mean, Gleyber's struggling a little bit, but this ball's off the plate, and he gave up on it, and it just continued to go farther off the plate. So, it's a tough break for Gleyber. That's ball 4.
That's really missed by a lot. Trevino to Keith. 2 away. The MLB ballpark app will complete your Burr. 2 hits in his last 18 at bats, hitting .245, but 18 ribbies. And there's a strike.
New York Yankees. In case you missed it, they'll likely need more time than that, but this is certainly a huge step, him just getting back out there on the mound.
Meredith, when you have a one-on-one with a player that's on rehab, I mean, you can really kind of feel how they really feel. It's not on camera or not, but you can usually sense their attitude and excitement, huh?
Well, it's funny because the intensity is still there, even though it's only a bullpen session. And I asked him about driving into the ballpark today, and he said he was amped up. He was ready to go. He knew it was a big step for him. Got through it okay. Now, the next 48 hours are going to be key to see how his arm responds. So we'll check in with him tomorrow and see how that goes in the days thereafter. But certainly a big piece of that Yankees rotation. They want him back as soon as possible, but Aaron Boone has already said they're not going to rush him. And really, credit the starting rotation, pitching to a 3.43 ERA without him. That's 6th best in the American League, Paul.
I was surprised when he told you, Meredith, that he hit 91. I mean, it's the first time he got up on a mound, so that's pretty good.
Well, I was curious because I couldn't imagine that the intensity, or as to the velocity, really was going to be that high, being that it was his first time. But that tells you that he was already feeling it a little bit. And I kind of asked him, is it hard for him to dial it back, knowing that he's taking these steps, making more progress? And he said, no, not really. He's good. Now, I know you guys maybe are or aren't into that Garrett Cole bobblehead, but he is very into it. He likes it. He even said, he talked to Jason Zillow and said, I want to throw my bullpen when the bobblehead is coming out. He was joking about that, of course.
Very nice. I'm trying to figure out what pitch he's throwing in this bobblehead, because the ball, it's mysteriously like floating above his hand. He hadn't got the grip on it yet. There we go. What pitch is that, Michael?
It's a pretty good pitch.
The Phantom.
Floating. It's good.
That's something for the postgame, I think. I'll have to check in with him. But I do have to tell you guys, fans were lining up in the 9 o'clock hour already to get that bobblehead.
0-2 on Riley Green. Let's check out Coors Light beating the pressure. Riley Green first in WAR, tied for 4th in home runs, 3rd in runs, 3rd in walks, and a really good left field as well. He's having a breakout season. Just 23 years old. 3 hits last night, led off the game with a home run. Had 2 big injuries last year. He missed 34 games in the first half with a stress fracture in his left fibula. Then he needed Tommy John surgery on his non-throwing elbow. That was in September, ended the season early as Green strikes out.
Boy, he took a cutter into the seats. So what do? You go to a bigger breaking ball and a swing and a miss down out of the strike zone.
5 strikeouts for Schmidt, the 5th Yankee strikeout, brought to you by Audi and the 2024 Audi Q5. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. 1-1 on Mark Canha. Tigers won at Canha, veteran presence on a young team. They picked up his $11.5 million option. And they're playing him and using him. No one is with the Mets. Buck Showalter had a lot of good things to say.
Yeah, he's a solid player, and again, a free agent after the year, so he could really be part of something here. I mean, this team has really turned it around. A lot of versatility on this team, a lot of young players.
And that is a pitch clock violation, so it's a ball charged to Schmidt. He just walked off the backside of the mound. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. 6 strikeouts, and he leads off. 1-0. Volpe in the first inning, slow roller to the shortstop McKinstry. Just got thrown out by an eyelash at first. 2-0 on Volpe. And a strike.
It looked better there than it did. You saw the catcher reach across the plate. Sometimes you don't get that call. The ball fouled off the other way.
And Volpe works a leadoff walk here in the third.
Good solid at bat there. I mean, especially as a leadoff hitter, you know that with Soto behind you, they don't want to walk you. And I was thinking last night, with Volpe leading off, a lot of times you're not going to run because it's going to take the bat out of Juan Soto's hands. But I think you give him an opportunity, a first couple pitches, but you can't continually just take running out of your game. If you're Anthony Volpe, that's a big part of your game.
Be interesting to see if they change the lineup once DJ LeMahieu gets back, because the original plan was for DJ to lead off and Volpe bat lower in the order. You just don't want to give up base runners with Soto and Judge coming up. And there's a base hit past Torkelson into right field. Volpe will go to third. The throw comes into second, and the Yankees are playing the corners, first and third, nobody out.
Well, there's a prime example of why you don't run early in the count with a left-handed hitter when you're on first base, because it opens up that right side. And, this is a ground ball, a sinker up. But because of Volpe being on first base, you see the first baseman not able to get it. That's baseball right there, first and third.
And that's going to bring up Judge with runners on the corners, nobody out. 1-1 game from the bottom of the third. One and 0 to Aaron. Single to right and came around to score in the first inning. One.
That's Mize's splitter, and if you look at the numbers on the splitter, that's his most effective pitch. Usually uses it late in the count, but big situation, it's on the table the whole at bat against Aaron Judge.
They hit 174 against that pitch. Drilled to left field. That ball is going to be in there for a base hit. Volpe scores. Soto will go to third. Judge at second with a double. Yankees with a 2-1 lead.
Well, again, base runners give people opportunities, and Aaron Judge, I mean, he got jammed, but he's so strong. He loops it into left field, and a tremendous read by Juan Soto. See that splitter kind of just up and in. He loops it to left field, but Soto got a great read that this was not going to be caught. Goes from first to third, and the Yankees are rolling.
19th ribby for Judge. Volpe held up just in case the catch was made. Scored easily, but you watch Soto. He knew right away it was not getting caught. That's why he ended up at third with no throw. So the base hit by Judge, the double, brings out the pitching coach. Chris Fetter has a talk with Casey Mize.
You know, you break down what has happened here. It was just a good, solid at bat by Anthony Volpe, a walk, and then a base hit because the hole is open. Now an RBI double from Judge. And, you know, this is what you like to see in the Yankees lineup, especially middle of the order, as we talked about how big they came in last night in the bottom of the ninth.
Second and third. Nobody out. In at the corners. Verdugo with a big swing and a miss.
A big hole on the left side. If you could get a sinker away, you could hit that ball on the left side all day and get through the other way.
Soft ground ball to first. Runners hold. Torkelson steps on the bag. One away.
Yeah, that split finger will get you out in front, and it makes you kind of roll over. Frustrating at bat for Verdugo not to get the job done.
So here's Stanton. Singled over the head of Carpenter in right field to drive in the Yankees' first run in the first inning.
Well, if you break down Mize, I mean, you can see why he's been tough. And, you know, great split finger. You saw the numbers. And then 96, 97 on the fastball.
Must be an awful feeling for the infielders when they look into the dugout and they go, come in. So they're put halfway against Stanton, who hits everything like a laser. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes. 2 away.
Yeah, it's one of those at-bats you don't want to get to 2 strikes because he has the capability to throw that good split finger. Watch the movement of this at the end, just straight down. That to me was one of the harder pitches, Michael, to hit because the arm speed was so fast, and then the ball almost kind of slips out of the fingers, and you just don't have a good read. There's no rhyme or reason which way it's going to go.
Grounded foul.
You see the arm speed. It looks like a fastball, and then the ball's just not there. And you saw the one to Aaron Judge kind of sail up and in. That one went down. That's usually what the split finger is intended to do, is to go out of the strike zone down in the dirt.
Rizzo's 0 for 1 in the first inning. He hit a not so deep to right field, and that was hauled in to end the inning. One and one to Rizzo. Second and third, 2 outs. Yankees have the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Fly ball, right field. There it goes. See ya. A long 3-run home run, and the Yankees lead 5-1.
Well, Anthony Rizzo, you didn't misjudge that one, Michael. That one hit the seats. A big 3-run homer for Anthony Rizzo. To a 4-seam fastball, tried to get it by him, but Rizzo caught up to it. A difference a day makes, huh, Michael? Couldn't score runs. All of a sudden now great at bats, home runs, first to third. Everything you should do as a baseball team.
6th home run of the year, now has 20 runs batted in. Served the other way and out of play.
Trying to sneak that fastball in. Anthony was right on top of the plate. Last night he was around the ball a little bit, fouling him off, kind of pulling him. This was an absolute bomb. Big 3-run homer.
0-2 on Torres.
Everything's back. See him behind the baseball. He kind of just locks right in on that inside corner, brings his hands in right to the barrel.
And Torres strikes out. Then 6 strikeouts in 3 innings for Schmidt. One and one. Two and one. Three and one on Perez. Schmidt has retired the last 7 Tigers after hitting Carpenter with a pitch in the 1st inning. 3-2.
You see Clark Schmidt looks like he's having a little problem locating the sinker, so he's kind of using his cutter as a fastball, the pitch that he can throw a strike.
There's a base hit to right field. Cutting over is Soto. Cuts the ball off and holds Perez to a single. Hi, Paul. It's time for the pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, let's look at the last inning and what he did. He kind of got away with one here. A cutter kind of right down the middle of the plate. A good sweeping curveball there, and then a good cutter off the plate. 3 strikeouts last inning.
That's the line so far. 1 batter into the 4th inning. Here's the cleanup hitter, Carpenter. 1-0.
You see Clark Schmidt kind of shaking his head. His sinker has been up away, which to me tells me he's kind of flying open and just slinging it, and it's not in the strike zone and not sinking down, just kind of up and away to a lefty.
1-1.
Where's Coney when I need him to explain that, right?
2-1.
We need Charlie. He knows how to pitch, right? Didn't he pitch today?
Pitched today, yeah.
He knows how to make that ball sink and cut and everything, right?
He tries. Fly ball left field. Verdugo. 1 down. New episodes will drop every Thursday on the Yes app, but this episode will premiere on Yes. 0-1 on Vierling. Now 0-2. 5-1 Yankees. Big 4-run outburst in the bottom of the 3rd has given them the 4-run advantage. Runner goes. Hit the other way, and that ball is fair. And it'll go into the corner. Perez rounds 3rd. They're sending him home. He'll score. Moving to 3rd with the stand-up triple, and the RBI is Vierling, and it's 5-2 Yanks.
Vierling, another one of those guys you have a lot of options with is where you're going to play him. That sinker coming didn't quite get in enough, and he shoots it the other way. And Juan Soto going down to see it, hits the foul part of the wall, which kicks it straight down the wall, allows Vierling to get to third base. Vierling coming over from Philadelphia, was there in 2021 and 2022.
Trevino wants to talk with Schmidt. I'm not sure what Trevino, if he wanted him to step off. So 1-0 on Keith. Fly ball to left in the second. He's 2 for 32. And we told you this yesterday. Tigers made a big investment before he ever played a game in the majors. A 6-year, $28.6425 million deal in January. And that includes 3 team options right through the 2032 season.
I'm looking over at that, Michael. Now, I know where, you asked me last night where Collin, Ohio. I had no idea, but Zanesville, Ohio, we used to play them in high school. So,
how close is that to Cincy?
It's closer to Columbus, kind of in the middle of the state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in Ohio, I mean, you played 15, 18 games a year. That was the disadvantage of, playing high school baseball in the Midwest opposed to Florida, Texas, and California, where, you could play year round. But Zanesville, that was the Golden Gales, Michael. We beat them up in basketball. I just want to let you know.
2-2. Well, Keith showed in the minors that he can play. He was the Tigers' minor league player of the year last year. At 306, 27 homers, 101 ribbies between AA and AAA. Jump to the big leagues, though. It's a different game. Fly ball right field. Soto is there, makes the catch, tagging Vierling. Here he comes, and the throw is late. So it's a sac fly for Keith, his 8th ribby of the year, and it's 5-3 Yanks. They appeal at third base, thinking that maybe Vierling left early, but Alan Porter said no, he left on time.
Yeah, Soto did all he could. The ball just carried a little bit farther. He got in and jammed him, kind of broken bat, but just too deep in right field to have any chance of getting Vierling at the plate.
So here is Torkelson. 0-1. In this game, the Tigers have 2 former first overall picks, Mize and this guy, Spencer Torkelson. Those are the ones you have to hit on, and when you look at the Orioles, Paul, and you see how good they are right now, I mean, they tanked for 4 years, but they made their draft picks count. They clicked on every one. Two and two. Now Mize missed 2 seasons because of Tommy John, and Torkelson had a good year last year with 31 home runs, but still searching for his first long ball this year. Strike 3. He's down looking. Tigers get back 2 hits, no. Cadillac scoreboard 5-3 Yanks as Clark Schmidt gets 4 in the third, but gives back 2 in the fourth. Yankees lead by 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. 8, 9, and 1 in the Yankees order. 1-1 to Trevino. Sun is a rumor right now. The lights have been on since the first pitch, but now they really need it. Very cloudy, overcast here in the Bronx. There's a base hit up the middle. Trevino has been hitting very well last 12 games. He's 1 for 2.
You know, Trevino has such a level swing. He's able to hit the high pitch. Look at this, probably out of the strike zone. This spinning breaking ball, but he just stays on top of it, lines it right back up the middle. So his hands don't really get under the ball. They stay on top of it. And then that way you can keep that ball from being a pop-up.
Cabrera takes low, 1-0. Tries to bunt. Goes foul, 1-1. Yankees have 5 bunt hits already this year. The 5th one was the Verdugo bunt in the 9th inning yesterday. They had 10 all last season. Line into right field, stayed up there for Carpenter. He makes the play on the slide for out number 1.
There it is, Michael.
That's that music. Name. Volpe fouls it away.
I'm going to give this one a little thought because 90. So I only played with him for 93 and 94. And then he ended his career with the Rockies. Was that right?
I believe that's the case, yes. It's funny, I know what you're doing because I'm doing it. In my mind's eye, I'm going over each position.
Mm-hmm.
Swing and a miss. Volpe chases one upstairs. 2 outs.
Yeah, Mize has not used that fastball up in the strike zone, and you see the difference of Volpe right there, hands underneath the ball. And that's how you swing and miss or pop up, where Trevino was kind of on top of the baseball with that level swing. Now watch the high fastball and watch where the hands go underneath the ball instead of covering it on top. Very hard to handle that pitch.
High pop-up, really up there. Wind's going to affect this. And McKinstry puts it away for the final out. Nope.
Maybe a handshake, something like that.
Went to a CVS to fill a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to pay, and the guy goes, "No, it's free. The insurance has it." I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Really?
Oh, I was skipped out of there.
Must have known it was you.
No, I've been charged a lot there.
That's when they ask you need a bag. No, I'm good, and you just run out there before they change their mind.
I didn't want them to discover their mistake. One and 2 on McKinstry.
Well, this is that magical inning if you're Clark Schmidt, and if you break him down today, he's really, numbers wise, I'm sure he's not ecstatic the way he's throwing the ball, but he has not had a sinker today. He has not been able to locate his sinker. So what he's done, he's gone to plan B, which to me is it shows a good thing and a learning process. He's gone to the cutter and the curveball much more because he just has not had the ability to throw his two-seamer for strikes.
Looped into left field. It's a base hit. McKinstry with a single.
Again, went to the breaking ball and jammed McKinstry really bad, but just a little looper. Kind of sat there, able to get a bat on it, not hit it hard. And it's just where you place him, Michael.
That's all. Hit him with aim. Now, honestly, if you're playing the game, you had like 4 doinks for a hit. Didn't hit him well. Would you be happy?
I'm enjoying dinner, I tell you that. I'll figure out my mechanics tomorrow, but the 4 for 4 looked really good in the old box scores that you picked up in the paper, right?
But you wouldn't be stressing over the fact that I didn't hit the ball well.
Well, yeah, because you figure that's not going to last forever. I got to figure something out here because you got to hit some balls hard.
0-2. Now, you love to eat, though, so even when you had a bad night, you didn't enjoy dinner?
Oh, I enjoyed it. It just, you couldn't get the game off your mind. It's just like like I said, when you're playing this game, it's your life. You live it 24 hours a day. Some people can turn it off.
See if they get the double play. There's 1 and there's 2.
Well, that's always a good thing, especially if you're trying to get through this 5th inning for Clark Schmidt. A good double play, easy double play ball for the Yankees. Little 5-fingered grip there. A little shovel.
Pitch to Green as a strike.
Yeah, like I was saying, Michael, you'd go in and everything was great, and then something would come into your mind like, it's just not going good. And you take it to bed, you'd wake up the next day, it's just there. And when you did really well, it's how do I hold on to this? You know, there's always something going on. Like I said yesterday, Michael, between the ears is a big part of this game.
Let's take a look at Green's home run on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. Traveled 101.4 off the bat. Ended up going 360 feet.
Do you notice those guys on the screen? They've been doing a lot of shoulder presses. They're all like jacked.
They are
big
jacked.
old shoulders on.
The plate.
In Clark Schmidt's mind, he knew that Green had taken him deep early in the game on a cutter that didn't quite get in off the plate. But you're not going to make that mistake again. So he kind of overthrew this cutter the way he made an adjustment out there today.
So here's Mark Canha, 2 outs, 1 on. Yankees lead by 2. 1-0. Got that breaking ball in there for strike. 1-1.
Yeah, I think Clark Schmidt knows in his mind that this is probably his last hitter. He's got to get a big out here to get through this 5th inning, keep the Yankees with a 2-run lead.
2-1. Three and one. Winsel Perez is on deck. Grounded to third. Cabrera goes the short way to get the force, and that'll do it. No runs a hit. Judge had that single in the 9th inning last night that started the rally. He's 2 for 2 today. A 2-run scored and a ribby. Two and one.
You know, other than that the big 3-run blow from Anthony Rizzo, Mize has been good. 17 out of 21 first pitch strikes. He's used that split finger in big situations. Tried to sneak the fastball in on Rizzo. It ended up being a huge game-changing 3-run homer.
2-2 on Judge. Judge, Verdugo, and Stanton against Casey Mize. Tigers have not lost a start that Mize has made. They are 5-0 as a team in his starts. He's 1-0. Swing and a miss. Got him on the slider. Sixth strikeout.
Yeah, you see the spin. Yeah, Aaron Judge got underneath the baseball. Looked like he was almost trying to pull that ball. Started off the at-bat going the other way.
And a strike. 2 Verdugo. Infield single, slow roller toward third in the first, and they grounded out to first in the third. Now he grounds out to second here in the fifth. Two-way. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. A laser single over the head of Carpenter to drive in a run in the first, and then struck out in the third. Oh and 1.
It always amazes me when you look at Giancarlo when he's getting ready to hit. He's got that thumb straight up on the barrel. At some point, that has to tuck under and grip it. But probably his way of not, stressing out too much and gripping the bat too tight. And if we can get a picture of that from the side of that grip, it's really weird because you can't swing the way he's holding the bat at this point right here. Yeah, underneath that thumb is right down the barrel of the bat, and then he must, right before the pitch is thrown, tuck it under, and he's able to swing.
I'll tell you what, he's changed with 2 strikes, because I saw the same thing. His hands are not as close together in the approach. Right now you can't see it, and you could clearly see it earlier where the thumb was
straight up the barrel of the bat. Yeah,
straight up the barrel of the bat. Foul ball. Isn't that a golf swing?
Kind of, yeah. But again, it doesn't allow you to kind of release the bat. At some point, that thumb's got to get underneath, and obviously he hits the ball hard, so he's getting it in the right spot when the ball's in the hitting area.
Pop-up. Colt Keith makes the play as the Yankees go down in order. Mize has retired 6 in a row on moving game for Caleb. And a strike. Still 0-2.
Sal Perez, you were just talking, he really amazes me because he's so much of the old school generation. Here is a catcher that catches every day. And I just looked it up. 32 out of the 33 games in Kansas City he's caught. I mean, it's just, you don't see that this day and age, huh?
That's amazing. People aren't allowed to do that. And his game's really taken a leap forward again this year. The Royals are a pretty good team. Bobby Witt Jr. has energized that team. It's a fun team to watch.
Right.
Now, he DH'd some of those games.
Yeah.
I think Perez is a Hall of Famer.
You know what? If he's not, he's borderline because he has put together some kind of career. And, he had the World Series years, and then all of a sudden, Kansas City went down, but he kept being who he was.
Perez chases and strikes out. It's time for us to tell you who that Yankee we want you to name is. Here are the clues.
One of the nicer guys that you ever want to meet.
Tell you what, he gave me an answer to a question once that to this day still baffles me.
You've been thinking about it still?
I still don't understand how it could happen. He caught Jim Abbott's no-hitter.
Right.
So after the game, he was asked, "Is that the first no-hitter you ever caught?" He goes, "I don't remember."
Yeah. Well.
And he was serious. He didn't remember. My thinking is, you catch a no-hitter, that's kind of locked in there.
Even in Little League,
right.
I remember no-hitters, right?
Two and two. That was in 1991. Three and two on Kerry Carpenter.
Well, as expected, Aaron Boone, he got 5 innings out of Clark Schmidt, and that was really a good battle for him today. Now, if you can get a couple more, you've got Clay Holmes after that 1 2/3 in Baltimore. You got him probably ready to come in today. See if he can keep his hot streak going.
And Carpenter works a walk.
Boy, that's a 50-50 call there. Good pitch. Ferguson right at the bottom of the strike zone, did not get the call.
Now, I know that you've played in 3 perfect games in that no-hitter, and Gooden's no-hitter. To me, I just think Jim Abbott throwing a no-hitter is one of the most extraordinary stories in sports.
I mean, when he came over to us, it still to this day just amazed me. He didn't expect any treat, but what he did to make the major leagues, how he was able to throw the ball, put the glove back onto his hand, be ready to receive, it was just an amazing story. And again, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Great book by my friend the writer Tim Brown on Abbott, and it's kind of built around that no-hitter, and he is a terrific guy. One, two. 2-2 on Vierling. Vierling with an RBI triple his last time up. Strikeout looking in the first. If I'm not mistaken, and James Smythe can confirm or deny, I think Paul is the only player to be in 3 perfect games. You're like Waldo. Where's Waldo?
You know what? Everybody, that brings that up once in a while. It's like, that just means you're on good teams with great pitchers, right? It's not like, I mean, I made a couple catches here and there, but I mean that has to do with the pitching staffs that you're on.
Well, look at the great Yankees that won 5 championships in a row. No one was on 3 perfect games but you.
Oh. Thanks, Michael. I'm blushing over here.
Grounded in the hole, and Volpe stops it and then drops it, but it's a base hit for Vierling.
Yeah, sliding into this play, I still don't think that he's going to get an out at second base. Did all he could to knock it down, could not get rid of the ball. Yeah, still, I don't think he's going to get an out there anyway. Did knock it down.
Well, in his 11 games. And A.J. Hinch, the manager of the Tigers, counters with Ibanez to pinch hit for Keith. Good numbers for Andy. So frustrating outing for Ferguson. He thought it was strike 3 on Carpenter and then an infield single off the bat of Bierling, and he leaves first and second, 1 out. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Last 5 games, he's pitched a 2-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, great changeup, and if he can get ahead, he can get a swing and a miss.
Looking up at the flags, fly over the grandstand, and the wind seems to be whipping pretty strong to left field right now. Carpenter at second, Bierling's at first. Yankees lead by 2, 5-3, top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. He dominates Ibanez for the second out.
Wow, without the changeup too. Cutter, and then 97 at the top of the strike zone. Big out there.
Coming a weapon out of that pen. Here is Spencer Torkelson. Popped up.
Oh, the Yankee pen has been good, huh?
Unbelievable. Weaver does a great job. The Tigers straight.
The 4K footage isn't out there either.
No, it's not. Line drive, a base hit for Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo again. It looks like he's really staying with the ball a lot better today. Not hooking the balls foul. You see that bat not come around the ball, just right through the inside and drive it the other way. Some great at bats.
1-0 on Torres.
You know, you talk about high average hitters, Michael. You look at the history of the Detroit Tigers. And you think, you know, who leads in RBIs? And, you know, the first thing that came to my mind, maybe Al Kaline or even Miggy, Miguel Cabrera, was Ty Cobb. He had the most RBI. He wasn't a home run hitter, but, you know, he got a lot of hits.
He was supposed to be an ornery sort.
Yeah. Again, I can't find him on YouTube.
Served into right field. It's a base hit. Rizzo will stop at second.
Glaber right here, big high leg kick, but he kind of glides into the ball good. Earlier in the game, you saw him way out on his front foot a little bit too soon. By staying back, it's going to allow him, see behind the ball, it's going to allow him to drive it the other way and not roll over it.
Trevino squares the bunt. Bunts through it. 0-1. Goes up and in. 1-1.
Well, if you're Anthony Rizzo and you're on second base, you realize you really got to get a good lead here in case they try to. Mize tries to cut off that bunt and get it to third base.
Quite understanding the bunt here. You're up by 2.
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy is, Aaron Boone think he's probably 6 outs to get to Clay Holmes. So if you could get another run or two, you could pretty much put this game away.
Foul ball.
Looks like the bunt's out of the equation now with 2 strikes. Cabrera on deck. He has been good at driving in runs all year.
Trevino's pretty good at driving in runs. In his career with the runners in scoring position, hits .304. 2-2. Chipped the top of his bat. Can he get a new one?
It's a problem with those bats that are cupped at the end. They take a little wood out at the end to take a little weight out. But if you end up hitting it off the end of the bat, it'll just splinter it.
Too shards. To right field, Carpenter is there. Tagging is Rizzo. And they throw behind him and not in time. Smart play by Carpenter, knowing that Rizzo was just bluffing.
You know, I don't know, Michael. He broke off, then he got back as quick as he could, and I think he might have thought I had a chance, but then he figured he could, but now got a chance to try to get under the tag to save grace. You see him say, no, I'll try to get back. Maybe I got a chance. They throw behind him. Good smart play. Almost got him.
From the right side. The Yankees did make a roster move before the game. John Birdie has been activated off the IL. Taylor Trammell has been designated for assignment. So Birdie could come off the bench. Count 1-1. Rizzo's at second. Torres at first. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-3 Yanks. Grounded to short. They get one, and Gleyber trips over Ibanez. Ibanez hopping around. Gleyber looks like he's okay as Rizzo moves to third, 2 down.
This looked like he got in between and just got too close to the bag to slide. It was kind of an in-between hop to McKinstry, and you know, he shoveled it over there. It was going to be a close play, but it just looks like Gleyber got so close to the bag that he was not able to slide. You see, at this point, you know, sliding's out of the equation because you've gotten too close to the bag. You just were going to run through it. I don't know exactly what Gleyber thought he could beat it that way or not. But again, the ball was a kind of a jam shot. Just looking out there, Michael, that Holton, number 87, is a pitcher. It's kind of a tight end, and I was informed it's the first 87 to ever pitch for the Detroit Tigers. It's just kind of an odd number to be a pitcher.
Volpe fouls one off. Looked like he's off his foot. 0-2. Fly ball right center. Perez is there to put it away. So Holton comes on and does a good job. The Yankees strand 2. We go to the 7th. They're up by 2. Luke Weaver got the final 2 outs of the 6th inning. Now he starts the 7th against McKinstry. 1-0. One. One and 2. That was a change.
Yeah, that's a good change. I mean, he hasn't used it. His fastball and cutter have been very good so far.
Two and 2. McKinstry, Kelly, and Green. Fly ball center field. Judge. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So we've got Kelly and then Green. You know, Kelly Green is the color of the Oakland A's. Green.
I do know that. Yeah. That was my Little League team, Julian Spear A's. I thought we had the coolest uniforms around.
Judge hauls that one in. So it was the Oakland A's uniform. Nice. You know, uniforms are kind of drab before Charlie O'Finley.
My father was the coach, so I got to pick out the uniforms. I did have, a little advantage. Right?
What number were you?
9.
9? Why 9?
Reggie Jackson was 9.
Really?
With Oakland, yeah.
Did you ever tell Reggie that?
I don't know. I don't know about the no-hitter either.
For those that don't know, Reggie wore 9 with the A's, but changed to 44 with the Yankees. Because when he got to the Yankees, Greg Nettles was sporting number 9. And he took 44 to honor Hank Aaron.
Now there's something I didn't know. That's nice to know. I mean, some numbers just go with people. 44 with Hank Aaron, 24 Willie Mays, huh? Of course, 42 from Never Worn Again from Jackie Robinson and Mariano. I mean, it's just some numbers just stick. That's what you think of.
Yeah, they have the 2 security guards in front of the 21 club all the time. You can't get in. Now, Paul, you know I love you and I have the utmost respect. You've never seen a Star Wars movie. How'd you pull that Luke line out? Somebody gave it to you.
Just popped in my head.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it.
Well, we're in the bottom of the 7th. I'm just going to stall all the way back to the car.
Well, kudos to whoever came up with it.
Look at the scoreboard, Michael. Is that Star Wars 2? Juan Solo's up to bat.
Oh, yes. Not Soto. Solo. Very nice. Scoreboard crew having a great day. Juan Solo. How about Soto? 333 average against lefties this year. Fly ball left field. Green. Wynn takes it. Stays with it for the first out. Here's Aaron Judge, 2 for 3, struck out last time, but a single in the first, scored a run, a double and an RBI, and scored a run in the third.
Just get the feeling that he's going to make an adjustment and shoot one out to right here, Michael. I don't know what it is. He's kind of pulling off the ball. He's going to say, you know what, I'm going to stay in there a little bit longer.
Well, let's see how good a day you're having. Yankees with 9 hits, Tigers with 5. And Judge calls a rare timeout. Looks like he has something in his eye. That's the old Bernie Williams trick.
Yeah.
But I really think he has something. 2-1. Soto, Judge, and Verdugo here in the 7th. Two and two. Still 2-2. Three and 2 on Judge. Strike 3. Judge not thrilled with that call. And he gets thrown out.
He just got hit. Blakely just got hit in the head with the ball. That's what you hear the fans growling.
Here's the box. Let's see where the pitch is. Well, it's not as far out as you would think. It looks like it clipped the outside corner. One and 2 on Verdugo. Three and 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Stanton's on deck. Verdugo 1 for 3 today. Holton deals the payoff. Swing and a miss. The Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. He's faced. He starts the 8th inning with a strike to Marcana. One and 1. Canna is 0 for 3. We're in the 8th inning. 5-9-0 for the Yanks. 3-5-0 for the Tigers. Two and 1. Three and 1. Yankee pen with a 2.37 ERA. That's the best in baseball. There's a strike. He has a good arm. He can get up there.
You know, I was really just kind of noticing he's got a great changeup, good fastball, throws his cutter. They've used him a lot, and he just keeps throwing better.
You know, one of the strengths of this organization and the pitching coach Matt Blake and his staff, they take guys that, I wouldn't say pedestrian, but they've been okay, and they tweak things and make them. I mean, Clay Holmes wasn't this in Pittsburgh. Ian Hamilton wasn't this. Luke Weaver was never this. So you got to give some credit.
Yeah, and if you really break down the game yesterday, Ian Hamilton was as important as any of those hits in the ninth inning. I mean, he got out of that bases loaded jam. He got a couple other big outs. You know, kept it at a one-run game instead of letting it get out of hand, which gives Aaron Judge and Rizzo and Big G an opportunity in the ninth to win that game.
Dennis Santana pitched well. Again, one after the other.
Oh, that's close, Michael.
Oh.
Hey, Michael, you mentioned Clay Holmes. I remember speaking to Clay Holmes in Tampa when the Yankees were there, right when that trade was made, and he told me one of the first things that Matt Blake and the Yankees said to him is you have to throw your sinker more. Clay Holmes bought in, started throwing it a lot, and it became that pitch that makes hitters look silly. But before that in Pittsburgh, he was rarely throwing that pitch, and obviously all the world of difference has meant so much to the Yankees so far this season.
Trevino didn't. He brought it down, but it looked like this pitch was a strike right at the top of the zone.
You know what Meredith is talking about? Good organizations do that. The Astros unlocked something in Garrett Cole when they got him from the Pirates. Now, he was a really good pitcher for the Pirates, but they brought him to the next level, and obviously he's gotten to a Cy Young level with the Yankees. So you take somebody's failed project and you say, well, I could do something with it, and they've done a good job with bullpen building for sure. Two 2-0 on Perez, who's 1 for 3. I'm excited about tomorrow. Nestor Cortez against Tarek Skubal. Skubal's been unbelievable. 4-0, 1.72.
Yeah, he's about as good as it gets in the American League.
So that game starts at 1:35, and obviously our coverage on Yes will start at 12:30. Three and 2 on Perez. Grounded and through for a base hit between Torres and Volpe. So Perez is 2 for 4.
3-1 changeup, 3-2 changeup. He just got that 3-2 up a little bit, but you know, he made him swing the bat. Ground ball finds a hole.
Well, check out and follow Yes Network on TikTok for more content. One on Carpenter. There's that change.
Came into the game throwing fastballs, cutter. That's 4 consecutive changeups now. left at 5, trying to get him to roll over on something off speed, get a ground ball, possibly a double play.
Quick throw. One out, one on. 5-3 Yankees were in the 8th. Yankees trying to get 2 2/3 out of Luke Weaver. Clark Schmidt went 5. Ferguson came on, got an out, left 2 runners on. Weaver got out of that jam in the 6th, a 1-2-3 7th. Now here in the 8th, 2-2, 1 out, 1 on. 3-2. Beerling on deck.
Long counts in this. I mean, last night it was 2 hours 45 minutes and a 2-1 game. It was a thriller at the end, but just a lot of long at bats, a lot of long counts by both sides.
Spoils that one. Stays alive. Carpenter calls time. Carry 0 for 1 with a walk, and he was hit by a pitch. Right now, the pitcher of record for the Yankees, Clark Schmidt. He could pick up his 3rd victory against 1 loss. Yankees have 5 outs to go, though. Strike 3. Carpenter does not like the call.
Yeah, again, I mean, he's been a little lax on the corners on both sides. The one there and Judge, really, really good. I mean, again, he came in throwing hard stuff. Then he went back to the changeup. Got a little questionable call there, but a big out. Handed over to Clay Holmes, hopefully for 4 outs.
Check swing by Beerling. Beerling 2 for 3. Fly ball, right field. Soto gives it a look. When he pitched the 5-out save in Baltimore, Aaron Boone, not prone to hyperbole, he said he didn't know if he'd ever seen him better. Brandon Hyde said the way he pitched, you can't hit that.
Right.
He said he's throwing a 98-mile-an-hour bowling ball and then a slider. He said you just can't hit it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when he's on, he's. As a player, you have a list that guys that you just really don't want to face. I would say that Holmes is one of those guys around the league that nobody looks forward to, because if he has his good sinker and breaking ball, it's going to be an ugly at bat.
1-2. Two outs, 1 on. Yankees up by 2 on the top of the 8th. Strike 3. Beerling down looking. 3 strikeouts for Yankee relievers here in the 8th. We'll go to the Stanton's 1 for 3. And a strike from Best. So a fastball, then a slider, 0-2. Stanton roped a single over the head of Carpenter in right field to drive in a run in the 1st. You know, our scouting report on the home plate umpire was neutral. It's not playing out that way.
No, the corners have gotten larger as the game has gone on.
I don't know if Switzerland ever angered anybody like he has today. Off the glove of Vest. And they get the out at first, so it's 1-4-3.
Stanton almost caught a break there with the Vest kind of knocking it towards first base. And again, a little shovel with the glove. He still got him.
It's amazing how far Ibanez came.
Yeah.
Because he's up the middle, and then he thought the ball was going up the middle, and he really covered a lot of ground to get to that and flip it with the glove toward first. Rizzo takes the strike. Rizzo with the big hit in this game, a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. His 6th home run of the year. He's 2 for 3. 6 home runs and 20 runs batted in. And the good thing about that is if you're watching Rizzo, he has not really gotten into one of his hot streaks. Still has 20 RBIs.
You know, at that point, Mize was throwing the ball well. He made that one huge mistake. He tried to sneak a fastball in on Rizzo. He took him in the seats, but you know, you can see why Detroit is where they are now with a winning record, because their starting pitching and their bullpen have been very good. They're going to be in the game. They're going to struggle at this point to score runs, but their pitching is going to keep them in the game day in and day out.
Here's Gleyber Torres. In the 9th inning, it's going to be Ibanez, Torkelson, and McKinstry. 6, 7, and 8 in the Tiger order. 5-9-0 for the Yanks, 3-6-0 for the Tigers. High fly ball, right center and deep. As Perez runs it down for the final out. So Vest retires the Ibanez pinch hit for Colt Keith in the 6th inning and struck out against Weaver. That was the first batter that Weaver faced. And a strike. And another strike.
If you're going to get that pitch right there, you might as well not even bring a bat up. I mean, a sinker at like high 90s off the plate away. Good luck.
One with the slider there, missed 1 and 2. Foul ball, still 1 and 2. Holmes has pitched 15 in the 3rd innings this year, 17 strikeouts, just 1 walk, and he's racked up 10 saves. Two and 2. There's a base hit. Nice hitting by Ibanez, leads off the 9th with a single.
Yeah, every once in a while you get that sinker up in the strike zone just a little bit. You don't get the true sink. It just kind of tails, and watch, this kind of just sits there, and that's a great piece of hitting.
So here's Torkelson. He comes to the plate as a tying run. This could be 2. There's one. There's two. One out away.
Well, it's such a weapon from Clay Holmes, being a closer, having that sinker. I mean, you're waiting for a ground ball, a double play, in a close game. You're going to keep the ball in the ballpark because it's very hard to elevate. So, I mean, what he's doing on the mound so far this year, it's been remarkable.
And a strike to McKinstry. One and one. Meadows comes out on deck to pinch hit for Kelly. See if he has a chance to do that. 1-2.
Michael, that looked like a left-handed curveball. It had so much break on it.
Crowd looking for strike three. And they get it. Ball game over. Yankees win this one 5-3. Yankee bullpen has been near perfect. They have not allowed an earned run in over 21.
Blakely just got hit in the head with the ball. That's what you hear the fans growling.
Here's the box. Let's see where the pitch is. Well, it's not as far out as you would think. It looks like it clipped the outside corner. One and two on Verdugo. Three and two. Two outs here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Stanton's on deck. Verdugo 1 for 3 today. Holton deals the payoff. Swing and a miss. The Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3.